Okay.
Right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fanfics and Chill. I'm James. Joining me is Grace.
Hello.
And Nick.
Hello.
And yes, we accidentally skipped a week. Apologies. That may be why you've forgotten us, but here we are. We're back. There's been chaos in our schedules.
Oh, there has been.
And by chaos, I mean Grace.
Hi.
I mean,
Who
to be
constantly
fair,
brings the chaos.
yeah, Grace constantly brings the chaos, but to be fair, I suppose a little element of it was maybe the training course I had to go on for work.
Also that, yeah, to be fair, if Grace hasn't got drunk and booked herself a surprise holiday, we still would have had to miss the schedule because of Nick's training.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, we could have done,
it's
but
fine.
it may have just been difficult recording on hotel Wi-Fi in the middle of nowhere, trying
true.
to be quiet because, of course, there's people around me in a hotel room.
Okay. Without giving too much, do you want to lie to the audience and we'll pretend we'll make up what your training was?
Okay, it was customer interaction training. It just gave me the training to forcibly eject somebody from the premises if they were getting a bit shirty.
What, politely or not politely?
Both.
I imagine it's more like you sit the customer down, there's a button under your desk, and like it launches the chair up into the air. And if they're very lucky, the roof will open in time to get them out.
Basically, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was good. But
An
anyway,
ejector seat.
yeah,
In-
like
like in a spy's car.
Yeah, so let that be a lesson to people giving people behind desk a hard time. It's just their job, and they do have a button to send you into a pit of crocodiles. Don't make them use
Exactly.
it.
Much like a Bond villain.
Honestly, I think a lot of customers would be a lot nicer to us if we
I'm
had
so
that
close
kind
to a
of power.
segue, guys. Stop talking of spies. Team Fortress 2.
Well done.
Thank you. I was getting there, and you were drifting back away. Like I had two opportunities to get in there, and then
Yeah, you had a segue.
moved.
There is
Mhm.
also there's two benefits for you here. One,
Yep.
you've made a good segue. Two,
Thank you.
managed to get in before I started talking about Imperial War Museum, Duxford, which I went.
Thank you.
Which I went to on the Sunday before, which is
You
an
did.
amazing place, and I wanted.
I'm not
to
gonna
stay
lie,
for
you
the whole
very
week.
nearly tempted me to come with you.
I
Oh,
like how Nick pointed out your segue and used it as a way to segue into
I
duck-
know, right?
He's
What
master
a bastard.
manipulation.
I
at
know,
work.
right?
so
I would have come with you were it not for the fact I had to edit the main show, the shipping forecast, within 24 hours that day.
Oh, honestly,
So-
there'll be other opportunities. Like, it's not just a dusty old museum; they have flying days as well. So I will be going back.
Yeah, we'll
Yes, it's
probably
very
do
good.
like a group trip. at
I
some
don't
point.
recommend the Christmas parties there. They're shite.
To be fair,
To
you got
anyone listening
to go...
who comes from Duxford, no, they're lovely.
Yeah, I'm sure they're lovely. Plus, you got to go around the museum at night. Do not pretend to me that you didn't enjoy that, Grace.
Oh, I enjoyed the planes, but all the catering stuff was absolutely appalling, and I don't know what went wrong with that. But
To anyone at Duxford, Grace is lying. It was lovely.
I'm
and
not lying.
we'd love
Everyone
to be in-
complained about it. Everyone. The entire company.
Grace,
What?
stop it.
Well, that's
But it was-
fucked
Be
up
ni-
our sponsorship, then, ain't it?
Be nice to places we go.
I've already been. and that was just the venue. Duxford was the venue. The company that was organising everything was not them.
Ah, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, that
cool.
makes sense.
Therefore, I'm dunking on it.
That's fine.
What you'd say about Duxford is their conferencing facilities were second to none.
£70 a head for a microwavable roast dinner is not it.
Talking of sketchy companies, we're back on Team Fortress 2 today.
Hey.
Yeah.
If you go to our handy Discord, today we're reading a fic that was requested of us. This is called Plausible Deniability and All That by Hanktalking (Botos).
Got it.
Perfect. The summary. Long-time visitor of Red Base, Spy, has mastered the art of slipping in and out with no one the wiser. If only that could be said for other certain interested parties.
Ah.
So this fic is engineer/spy and demoman/soldier.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
So, prominent characters are the spy and the soldier, but others do show up throughout the fic. I've had a quick skim. I didn't go too far into it because I wanted, for the most part, to go in blind.
Yeah, good idea.
Who would like to play who?
I mean, I can narrate. I've kind of found my niche here.
I thought you would like to narrate. Grace, would you like to be the spy or the soldier?
Oh, yeah, I don't really.
See, I like doing a sketchy French accent. However, the bits I've skimmed, the soldier has some really funny lines. So
So
I'm
you want to hog the funny lines.
no, I'm indifferent. I'm happy with either one of them at this point.
However, somebody has written in and complained.
No one has written in to complain about our sketchy French accents.
No, not yet.
The German, however, no. Yeah, I'm happy to spy it up.
Oh, okay.
So, Grace, yeah, you can do soldier. You've got a similar mindset to him.
Yeah.
Single-minded focus on bread.
Teleporting bread.
Why bread? I mean, I know why bread for soldier, but why for me?
I don't know, I just thought it'd be funny. I can see
I'm
you
like a
spending
duck.
your last few days teleporting bread.
I mean,
If a virus came out which affected only podcasters, and we were given like 3
The world
days...
would be a better place.
Whoa!
I mean, I'd
On
quit my
average.
job.
On average.
I'd quit my job and become immune.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, if there is a virus that just affected podcasters and we had 3 days to live, I can imagine Grace just going off and doing the most chaotic thing ever.
Yep.
Which probably would be teleporting bread for 3 days solid.
Mm-hmm. And I will
I
teach
mean-
Nick how to ask out women.
Yes. Even though it's kind of redundant, really.
There'd be a
Just find
montage.
different ways of asking her out.
Yeah.
The same girl out.
Okay. Yeah, Nick, feel free to narrate.
Yep.
I will line ourselves up. And in your own time.
Fair enough. Are we all at the top?
I was born at the top.
Now look where you are.
I know.
The higher the monkey climbs, the more he exposes his arse.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say.
I don't think that's the phrase.
Hard as a fall.
Oh, the bittersweet regret of slipping back on your clothes when there is yet a still warm bed waiting for you. To redress in view of a lover who does not rouse, does not see, and the loneliness of that makes it all the harder to bear. If we were awake now, they could at least exchange just a couple more minutes, and a little longer won't hurt nobody, wringing out their time together before Spire was forced to make the adult decision and slink away into his own base. That itself was its own sort of misery, but at least they could wallow in it together. I know exactly how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Engineer needed
What?
his sleep. If it hadn't already been an indisputable fact in Spy's mind, then it was proven again as he sat on the edge of the bed, and the Engineer didn't even stir. Despite the ancient mattress sagging so dramatically, his body dipped. Spy brushed his fingers along his lover's face.
I don't know how to say that word.
Just go,
Come on, mate. You need to commit to the
Je
role.
suis-
Mate. Look it up.
Jusqu'au matin.
Jusqu'au matin, mon amour.
Fucking
Good effort.
Look it up.
Thank you.
We have the internet. You could find this
I probably
out.
should have Googled that before we started. Complete side note, and I realise I'm tangenting us. In Britain, you tend to do French at school, and you usually have to do like one language as a GCSE, or at least we did back in my day. And
No, we didn't have to do languages as a GCSE.
well, we had to pick at least one. The default was French, but I found out if you managed to drop your grades low enough by the end of year 9, you could do cooking instead.
And that's what you did.
So I spent a year and a half dropping my grades so I could do cooking instead. And that's why I'm bad at French.
Oh, yeah, I took German at GCSE.
I'll tell you what they did do for us up until GCSE.
Mm-hmm.
If you were good at languages, you did French and German. And if you were in bottom set for lots of things, you just did German.
Yeah, language and logic.
No hate
kinda
to
get it.
Germany and the German language. They're just arseholes.
I mean, I think we've got more words in common in English with German than
No.
French, right?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
No, we do not.
One of my favourites is science, which in French is science, but in German is Naturwissenschaften.
Do you see the struggle, James?
Yeah.
I do.
It's just easier to pronounce. That's
Got you.
what it is.
My bad.
There's a B that it looks like a bit like a B, but it's not a capital B, and that's a S sound.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Like in foosball.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll try and remember that.
Throws a lot of people. Alright, sorry, carry
Yeah,
on.
anyway.
Engineer only breathed out, hot and dry, and mumbled something in his sleep. Day in and day out with this one. Always something to look at. Always something to be distracted with. Spy wasn't above pulling every dirty trick in the book to get his love to come to bed, especially since he was convinced that the red would simply work right through the night if Spy weren't here. Spy placed one last farewell kiss against Engineer's temple and took his leave. The long hours since he'd had his last reprieve of nicotine made his hands shake slightly as he closed the workshop's door. It must have been nearly 3 in the morning, and they quaked as they often did when he went a full night without a break. This was probably a good thing. If not for his body corralling him to its schedule, he might not wake when it was time to make himself scarce. He had no fear of fishing for a cigarette as he stepped into the base. He'd walked these halls many times before, and knew the way from the defence wing to the sewers was guaranteed to be clear by this time of night. The demo man went to bed early, and the heavy was nearly impossible to wake, so he brazenly did not even cloak as he strolled along and brought the lighter to his lips. Which is how a normally so cautious man managed to crash headfirst into the soldier, likewise stepping into the hall.
Oh, no.
Spy fell back, clattering gracelessly into the wall and cringing so much at the noise that it took him several precious seconds to even realise it was his soldier he'd just bumped into.
Grace?
Who's playing soldier?
Give it your best.
Sneeze. I had a sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello, Spy.
The blue soldier greeted warmly.
Soldier! Where? How?
Spy stammered, his unlit cigarette hopelessly forgotten.
How did you get in here? And what in God's name were you doing in the Red Demo Man's room?
Soldier shrugged.
Probably the same thing you were doing in NG's.
Nice. Spy sputtered and almost swallowed his cigarette.
Rousing game of keeping cards to keep the mind sharp.
Soldier belatedly concluded his statement.
Nothing like cards and a beer with an old war buddy.
Oh, this is brilliant,
Yes. Cards.
Spy said, increasingly aware of the volume of his conversation with Soldier.
Of course I would love to discuss cards, but we really must move on from...
And of course, can't have cards and beer without some stories about the good old days.
Soldier went on, apparently still not done with his original thought.
And more stories leading to gabbing like a couple of old hens, and gabbing leads to bearing your innermost fears and insecurities, and soul bearing leads to finding comfort in the one man who's been with you all these years, and the embrace of one's truest friends leads you to exploring each other's bodies, and all that crap leads to intense life and changing prostate stimulation. You know? Usual.
That was me swallowing the cigarette. Well done.
Oh, for God's sake. This time, Spy... Yeah, me too as well. This time, Spy did swallow his cigarette. During the extended hacking period where Soldier valiantly tried to help by slapping Spy so hard on the back it felt like his vertebrae were about to pop out his front, the pair became aware of the sound of someone rousing further in the base. Or more likely, multiple someones.
Mert,
Spy hissed when he could finally breathe.
I do not want to know any of that. We need to move, now.
Spy gave no more heed to Soldier's shit, grabbing him by the sleeve and putting them both on a tear to the base's one escape route. Unfortunately, when they reached the entrance to the 2 fort sewers, the door into the deep was firmly shut.
What?
Spy demanded, jimmying the handle to no avail.
This is never closed.
Oh yeah, I closed it on my way and wouldn't want anything sneaking up behind us.
Soldier is fantastic in this.
Mhm.
The fine strand holding Spy's sanity frayed and snapped. But before he could lay into the soldier, another rumble of various Reds conversing with each other prompted him to reach for his lockpicks instead. He was barely 30 seconds in before Soldier piped up again.
Everyone in this damn base sure is fussy.
He mused.
Don't they know that we're having a battle on tomorrow?
His normal speaking volume echoed dangerously down the barreled hallway.
Shut up, soldier!
Spy said. The pick snapped off in the lock.
What even is this crap?
Soldier barked.
Back in my day, we'd have simply kicked the door down. Preferably with a bazooka. Those things are for filling ladies' nails, not For filing, not filling. Those things are for filing ladies' nails, not sending dolls back to the god that made them. You're right, he has some fantastic...
I think that's my favourite line of the whole fic so
Yeah.
far.
Like, Hank knows Soldier. Like,
Yeah.
this fits.
Yeah, this is absolutely the lead poisoning talking here.
Mm-hmm.
A rising murmur of voices paused at the top of the stairs as though listening, then was replaced by the clatter of feet going down grated steps. There was no time to try again. If they pressed themselves against the curve in the concrete, maybe they could avoid the flashlight beams, but Soldier was still talking.
And all this new age hippie crap about cleaning under them. If the dirt... What the fuck? I can't stop laughing because the cat's looking at me. And I like to give me some proper dirty looks about dropping the ice cream
So for
on her.
context, this happened right before we recorded. Grace dropped ice cream on the cat's face.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention
She
that, didn't
was reaching for it, it was unsteady, and she got it, alright?
Oh, Pepper.
Unfortunately, it went in her face and down her coat, and so, yeah. Wore a lot of it. Sorry.
That's okay.
And all this new age hippie crap about cleaning under them. If the dirt wants to be there, and by Abraham Lincoln, it has self-determined to be there, and no one should...
Soldier!
What? We never ask an evil why there's a rabbit vista under his town, so why should we?
Enough!
In retrospect, Spy may have put too much force behind slamming his hand over Soldier's mouth. If he had been a bit more delicate, Soldier wouldn't have backed up in surprise, wouldn't have gotten their legs tangled up together, and wouldn't have sent them both wheeling, inevitably, over the rail. Spy was just pushing himself out of the water, having landed in an incredibly unfortunate position across Soldier's body, when a flashlight swung down upon him and alighted them with its accusing gaze. A raised hand, instinctual, like a roach scuttling from a bulb, blocked just enough of the beam that he could make out the detestable figure of the red medic peering down at them.
Ugh.
Medic said, his whole face wrinkling as though he had seen a roach walking across his toothbrush.
Blues.
A muff...
That was too French. Oh, blues!
Yep, that'll do. A muffled call of inquiry called from higher on the steps.
I said there are blues in our base, and they appear to be...
Medic cast another derisive look down the few feet into the anti-sewer.
fornicating.
Flawless.
Thank you.
Spy barely had time to groan internally before his second least favourite red joined the peanut gallery. Sniper made a similar face to Medic.
Grace, do you want Sniper? Oh, all right, I can do it if you want.
I don't mind. Gah! Nasty is what it is. Don't you two have your own sewer to shag in?
Who's that? Oh, that's Scout.
Scout.
Wait, there's screwing down there? Tell me this isn't like the time you made me go all the way across the bridge because you wanted to tell me two possums were doing it underneath the porch.
Nice.
Thank you.
The unholy wine of Scout floated into the vault. In what felt like an impossibly scant amount of seconds, the entire red team had crammed themselves into the hall, enjoying the sport of gawking at the pair of blues in their humiliating situation. So busy were they quipping at each other, they did not notice Engineer stepping nervously from foot to foot at the back of the party. Nor did they notice, as Spy did with a bit of venom, the demo man who was completely unsubtly trying to pull his turtleneck over a slew of hickeys.
Oh no. So what do we do with them?
Sniper asked eventually.
Gotta be honest, I don't like the idea of a couple blue pervs getting all frisky in our sewer. I mean, come on, man. It's our sewer.
It's awesome.
That's where we get frisky.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Little Scout has a point. Only Reds should make love. Only Reds should make love in Red Sewer.
There was a chorus of agreement.
Oh, yeah.
As if this weren't bad enough already, Soldier, outraged, spoke up.
We're not the ones getting frisky.
Spy completed the much-delayed action of slapping his hand over Soldier's mouth.
What he means to say is that it is frankly none of your... Oh, wow, I'm bad at this now. What he means to say is that it is frankly none of your business what we do or do not get up to in here. Does when it's our base.
Scout
Wow,
said.
that...
What accent was that?
I
Fucking
don't
hell.
know. It does when you do it in our base. I pee down here.
Oh, I don't.
Sniper said sagely.
I think
Engineer mercifully spoke up.
these blues have learned their lesson. Why don't we send them back to their base? I trust if they don't want to end up like this again, they won't come back. Sound fair? I think it's a great idea.
Demo said very quickly and very loudly. As several barrels pointed over the edge, no mercenary worth their salt went to bed without at least one sidearm tucked in the bed frame. Spy managed to shoot Soldier one last glare before they were sent through respawn. It was unlikely that it actually found its mark.
Scene cut.
Good morning, Spy.
Soldier greeted as he retrieved his mug of coffee. Spy did not lift his head off the table. This bothered Soldier not the slightest. He cheerfully took his mug, poured it into his helmet, and began drinking from that as he went outside to do his morning drills. The blue sniper, also seated at the table, watched him go with a raised eyebrow. Once Soldier was safely out of earshot, he turned to Spy.
I think that's Soldier.
Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it's the sniper.
Oh, yeah.
So, gotta ask.
Spy groaned.
Ugh.
He had expected the rumour to come out eventually, but to have reached Blue Base already? Tell you what, doing this after work is difficult.
Yeah, this was a tough choice.
Yeah.
The only explanation was that there was yet another illicit red-blue pairing in the works, and it showed exactly how done he was that he didn't care the slightest to find out who. He wanted to do nothing except go back to work, find engineer at some point during the day to explain himself, and wait for all this to blow over.
What is it, Bushman?
He asked to the tablecloth.
Red sewer. Why? We got a perfectly good sewer over here on our side.
Ugh.
Spy groaned again. This was going to be a long week.
And that's the fact.
And that's the fake. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. I just want to let you know that when I type the words chorus of agreement, I am specifically imagining the audio clip from Spy doesn't think Big Chungus is funny when they all yell yeah simultaneously.
Okay. We haven't seen that.
I will try and sample that for this. If I haven't, and you'll know by this point because it's the end of the fic. If I haven't done that, you know I've failed.
Yeah.
I reckon
But I'll do my
that's
best.
possibly another animation from the golden age of Gmod, which, to be
For
fair,
sure.
never ended.
God.
Which, to be fair, has resurged
Yeah.
in the past few weeks since we started, because there's that whole toilet thing that you found.
Oh God, Skibbity
Oh, my
Toilet!
God,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ!
Yeah, because that's a source engine
I
thing.
can't decide whether it's legitimately interesting or the worst thing on the internet.
It's both.
It is both.
It is both.
Sometimes the internet is both beautiful and terrifying.
Yeah,
And
and
but you know,
sometimes it's both.
but this fic definitely on the beautiful side.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it.
I love the humour in this. It was
Yeah,
very spot on for
like,
the original
Hank
source.
knows the characters' voices,
Yeah.
and that's quite clear.
I don't, but like, I feel like if I had Soldier's voice, it would have gone down
Yeah, you
perfectly,
briefly
but I
slipped
don't.
into oh god, what?
I'm not
I've forgotten
voice
what that guy's
actor,
name.
I'm a plebeian.
No, you did a flawless impression. Yeah, you did a flawless Vinnie Jones at several moments, and
I don't know who that is.
he was the henchman in Gallivant, and he's in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
He was also in...
I know who he is.
Yeah, he was also in Gone in 60 Seconds.
I definitely
And
know who
Midnight
he
Meat
is now.
Train, he was the villain.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, alright. I can do a Vinnie Jones
Yes.
by accident.
And you know what? If I was
But that's
casting
not
live
Soldier.
action Scout, Vinnie Jones would be probably at the top of my list. Not Scout, Soldier, sorry. Yeah, Vinnie Jones would be the top of my list for live action Soldier, despite not being American.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like some of Soldier's humour is lost
Yeah,
if he's
yeah,
not
he'd be-
American.
I don't know. I
On reflection, actually.
Sniper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on reflection, no. For Soldier, Tommy Lee Jones is probably the perfect choice. Though he is getting on a bit in age.
All right, okay.
I'm mostly thinking about
Yeah,
Small Soldiers, where he played.
I was always going to go Stallone.
Oh, yeah,
but
Stallone.
he's
Stallone
also
could work.
getting on a bit.
Yeah, you do have to have somebody with a voice. You know, all right, you maggots. That-
mhm. Oh, Tommy Lee Jones absolutely has that down.
yeah.
Trying to think.
However,
So
Small
also-
Soldiers is a blast from the past. I haven't
Oh,
seen
it's-
that movie in time.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
found out Grace hasn't seen it, so we need to sit down and watch it at some point.
It's a good film.
Yeah, he showed me he showed me this thing that they redone
Yeah, they're making a game.
a modern
Nick.
version.
But honestly seems like an odd choice.
It looked... Well, they made an animation for it. It looks really good.
Yeah.
If they can stick to that style, yeah.
It does seem like an odd choice, like a movie that next to nobody remembers.
Yeah, it's... I suddenly remembered... Apologies, Team Fortress 2 fandom people. We're just going to go off about Small Soldiers for a second. It only really hit me how it's such a better version of Toy Story. Like, it's got like a proper gritty critique of capitalism. Like, it's fantastic.
It's
Everyone, try and find Small Soldiers if you can. I don't know where it would be streaming.
it's Toy Story for the kids who liked Action Man
Yeah.
and blowing things up, and
It's the gritty, realistic Toy Story. And it came out the same year, I believe.
oh wow.
Or like a year or two after.
I mean, there's no wonder that nobody remembers it, really. But yeah, if you remember
But
Small
I do.
Soldiers, then please write into the fanshipping forecast.
Write in to the
at gmail.com.
fanshippingforecast@gmail.com. You know what? You know why else you should write in? If you've got a fic for us to read.
Yep, you can do that as well.
And it does happen. We can do serious fics as well. But I think it's fair to say we probably suit crackier comedy stuff. But we're happy to do serious things too.
Better yet, tag us on who you think should play what Team Fortress 2
Yeah,
members,
write in for your
if they did a show.
dream casting of the Team Fortress 2
Yeah,
film.
that too. If there were to be one.
I think that'd be more interesting.
I'm also curious what people would think of that. I imagine there's extensive lists that people have made.
I feel like if it came out within the next few years, you'd have to have Margot Robbie in it, probably as Pyro.
Oh,
just
Margot
because he
Robbie
seems
would be
to
a great
getting
choice
everywhere.
for Pyro.
Idris Elba would be like some sort of villain. You'd have, because he's been
I
a villain in
want-
everything recently as
Oh,
well.
I've forgotten his name. Mads Mikkelsen for the medic.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, flawless choice.
Jesus Christ.
Even though he's Dutch.
He'll need to beef up. He'll need to beef
Yeah.
up a little bit, but yeah.
I think he could manage that.
Yeah, like Margot
Um,
Robbie as Pyro would be hilarious. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
just make the suit as bulky.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't make
I mean,
it Margot
obviously,
Robbie
yeah.
shaped. Make it Pyro shaped, and just put Margot Robbie in the suit.
Since you've said Margot Robbie, I'm just imagining Ryan Gosling as the scout, and I mean, the man's versatile. He can probably do it, but he might be wasted on the role, if I'm honest. I'd like.
Demo Man would be interesting.
I kind of want to see Idris Elba do it.
Yeah, if he
Oh,
can put on
maybe,
like a
yeah.
really sketchy Scottish accent.
I think he
Yeah.
can.
I think he can totally put on a Scottish accent. There'll probably be some Scottish guy we're completely
Oh, for sure.
overlooking in the middle of all this, but you know.
I don't want it for him, but he'd be flawless. Dave Bautista as the heavy,
Yeah,
but I think
Okay.
he's better in more serious dramatic roles at this point.
yeah.
And just casting him as the big angry Russian man might be a waste of his talents, but he'd still be good in it.
Are you telling me that Heavy is not the pinnacle of his career?
Yes, yes, I am. Because Glass Onion was the pinnacle of his career.
On a Team
Okay,
Fortress 2 episode.
Oh, but
Yeah, exactly. Fucking free
he
scratch.
fucking
free
killed it in
wine.
Blade Runner though, for like the 2 scenes he was in. Fine, I'm sorry. I just like Dave Bautista. Okay, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Who are we missing?
Yeah, we've done Sniper.
Sniper.
yet.
Spy.
Oh, I don't know many Australian. Margot Robbie is the sniper. So
I think it would be quite funny to have Rhys Darby do it,
yes, sold.
Oh my god.
but like just
It would be a very different sniper, wouldn't
yeah,
it?
but like try and
He's
get
a
him to do
professional.
dark brooding, waiting for hours.
I mean,
I mean, on the flip side, Taiki Waititi.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think he'd be too fun-loving to be
if we're
sniper
saying New
somehow.
Zealanders as well,
And it's because I'm blanking on all the Australians. That's the problem.
Sam Neill. Yeah.
Sam Neill. I can't
Jurassic
remember who Sam
Park.
Neill is he still alive?
Yes. He was in Thor Ragnarok.
Was he?
Yeah.
As who?
He was the fake Odin in Loki's play.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he was. He looks different under the beard.
Mm.
Yeah. I suppose it would be a beard. I mean, bloody hell.
I realised who I want to be the pyro instead.
Okay.
Matt Berry.
You always bring up Matt Berry.
I do.
And to this day, I don't know who the fuck he is. I just know you keep bringing him up. And all I can think of is one of the presenters off one of the one of the radio shows who isn't the Matt Berry you're
Right,
talking
just-
about.
it
I know
might
that.
be.
Okay, so Grace, imagine somebody who looks,
Suspiciously like
like
me,
James,
but much more
but he
talented.
talks like a text-to-speech translator.
What the fuck is this person?
I'm
Why
gonna
would
find
you
you my
want-
favourite clip of him talking.
Is it, you and him were
You and he
buddies?
were buddies,
Weren't
weren't you?
When I came to this hospital, I was strictly solo.
I was strictly solo.
Wait, is this
It-
Darth Merengue's Dark Place?
Yeah,
Oh, it's him.
he was the boss in the IT crowd. He's
Oh, for
quite
fuck's
prominent in
sake.
What We Do in the Shadows now.
I know. All right, I know who he is.
He's Toast of London
No,
in
I
Toast of
would
London.
like to raise you, and I think Pyro, if not Margot Robbie or him, it would be Jack Black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
What do you mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty strong.
yeah.
No, that is a pretty
Yeah.
solid choice, to be fair.
Yeah, you've got me there. You've got me there.
I reckon if it was the typical sort of CGI cash-in but not really a cash-in movie, then yeah, it would be Jack Black.
And he'd kill it.
First of all, Kung Fu Panda was fantastically choreographed and was not just a cash-in movie.
Sorry, which one?
Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of Mario as the cheap
Oh
cash in.
no, not Mario. Kung Fu Panda, the grassroots.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda is like the apex of Jack Black's career,
fucking
and I mean that sincerely.
No, it was
Like,
pinnacle cinema when I was younger.
it's also the pinnacle. Well, it's not the pinnacle of cinema. We just saw Barbie.
I say when I was younger, I was like 18, 19.
To be fair, best film that Jack Black has ever been in? School of
I'm gonna
Rock.
say- Oh,
Come
Oh
on.
Ah.
yeah. Eh,
no, it's
maybe.
I didn't really like
Oh,
it.
what? I thought it was amazing.
It might just be we were forced to watch it so many
Yeah,
times in
probably,
school
because
because it's like the one DVD our high school owned. So whenever the teachers wanted to show something, they're like, "Come on, it's either School of Rock or Love Actually," because the RE teacher owned a copy of Love Actually.
Honestly, Love Actually was probably the better film.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. We've got to cast Hugh Grant as one of them. Who are we casting?
Sniper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
for all the wrong reasons, he could be Spy.
I think Spy.
No, yeah, actually, no, fuck it. Hugh Grant would be the best choice for Spy.
Yeah, sketchy French accent, Hugh Grant.
Yeah,
Fucking
he'd
hell.
kill it. It'd be great. And then in the French dub of the film, he'd just be doing his normal voice, because that's how it works in Team Fortress 2.
Oh my god. Actually, when I went, in perfume adverts and stuff, you've got j'adore, and it means like I love you in French, right? I went to France, and the same advert came on the telly, and it was perfume, but it was just saying I love you, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Bloody accent. Oh, I love you, I do.
No, it was just some breathless, some person going, I love you, like that, like. Not too far off my accent. Oh, me and Mum were just squinting at the TV, like, what the fuck? Did you just hear that? Yeah, I think I did. And everything else was like in French, and then it was just that in English. I'm like, okie dokie then. Ugh, the advertising people are con.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's anyone we've missed. Since we started this, we may as well
Heavy.
get
So we've
all
got-
of them.
Engineer.
Oh, okay, engineer.
Jeez. Oh yeah, engineer. I'll leave that blank for now. Soldier.
Who-
Soldier, we said Tommy Lee
Right,
Jones.
okay, so who's Southern American?
Oh, no. Channing Tatum.
All right,
That's
yeah,
who it is.
okay. I can see it.
The thing is,
Yeah.
though, he doesn't really look like engineer, does he?
They just put some
Put
big,
big
goggles,
goggles, yellow helmet, high vis.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. It's not the first time he's probably worn an engineer
Yeah.
uniform, even if he took it off.
on very quickly.
Choreographed. Someone was saying to me the other day, like, female strippers can wear whatever as long as they get naked, but for some reason male strippers always have got to look like they've got money or they have a job.
I mean, there aren't many male outfits, are there? Like, there's the suit. You can't really just show up in your jeans and a t-shirt.
No, I know, it's just, but
And
it's
then there's
funny because, like, the
uniforms.
point is you're going to be taking it off, so it doesn't
Mm.
really matter. But, like, it's always like a fireman or a or a plumber or like a businessman or all that shit.
Hmm.
A lumberjack.
Did we say someone for Scout?
No, but I reckon execs would pick Tom Holland.
They probably
because
would,
they're
wouldn't
little
they?
fuckwits
Yeah.
and everything. No
I'm going to
offense
write
to him.
Margot Robbie in there because we kicked her out of being Pyro.
Yeah, I suppose,
It's all 'cause-
Fem Scout.
Or Tom Holland. Actually, no, to be fair, Tom Holland is no longer the hot shit for Hollywood execs.
Oh, who is his age
It's
now?
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, the new Wonka.
Yeah.
Calamie or Charlemagne?
So I'm calling him Calamite because that's the name of a Dark Souls boss, and the name is written very similarly, and I just prefer it as how it pronounces.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know who he is. I mean,
He's the bloke in the new Wonka. He's also the lead actor in the new Dune.
right. Does he... There's no nice way of putting this, but does he look like a frail Victorian
Yes.
child?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He looks like a gender-flipped version of... Oh, that actress.
That narrows it down.
The one from
Kristen
Valerian.
Stewart? Oh. The
The modelling one.
Yeah, but she's blonde.
Yeah. They've got the same face. No, it's not her. It's the chick from Stranger Things. I don't know. I'll cut this.
Oh, dear.
Either way, I'm pronouncing it Calamite because...
Yeah,
Yeah.
to continue this tangent further, I was a huge fan of the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory film.
Yeah, he doesn't look evil enough.
This was the thing about the original film. You can't trust this guy. I think he's going to be far too, sweetness and light.
Was that the point? You weren't supposed to trust him, or did he just have that sort of aura where you thought... Because I feel like they were going for magical and mysterious, but because of how it all panned out, he just ended up being... Is he a sex offender?
I mean,
Is he not?
Not
We
sex
just don't
offender.
know.
I mean, I never thought he was a sex offender. I did think he was going to murder every child that entered that factory.
I mean, to be fair, the kids murdered themselves, but
I feel like a
also-
Wonka...
Also, of its
Prequel.
time, health and safety was a very different place.
I feel like they should be... Because they've hired the Paddington director / producer. And while that sounds great, I love Paddington. I feel like they should have got the Saw director / producer.
No, because
No,
they
no,
want
think
to make
about it.
money out of this.
Think about it. A Willy Wonka film by the Saw team.
That's too easy. It's already horrific. They need to make it nice.
Oh,
for
it'll
the
be
kids.
great.
Yeah, for the adults, but you can't take
somebody
your kids to it.
actually, I'll try and find it for you, but somebody did a fan trailer of a Wonka horror
yeah.
film. And do you know who they got to play
I wonder
Wonka?
if it's the same.
Oh, I know who I didn't write down.
Who?
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
a crazed horror movie Wonka, it really worked.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Ah, that's who I'd cast as Wonka. The bloke from Valerian.
We have deviated.
We're
we
so
are.
off now.
There's
yeah.
no rescuing this.
But I've looked at my list. We've cast all 9 of the mercenaries, so it doesn't matter.
Who was heavy again?
Dave Bautista. So I've got written down. Medic was Mads Mikkel.
Hang on. Why not Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Oh, he seems like a twat.
What do you mean? So what? He's
I'd-
massive.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. We could have.
Oh shit! Yeah, Jason
I'm think-
Momoa is heavy.
I'm thinking of all the big people now. Who's massive?
So Jason Momoa looks nothing like the heavy.
I know.
He's just big. Saying that, I kind of want to see it. Just him putting on a sketchy Russian
Yeah,
accent.
fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Surely there's
Actually,
gotta
no,
be
hold
some
on.
famous.
If we're bending the rules there, what about Jack Black as the heavy?
Oh yeah, could do.
It'd be taking it in a different
Yeah, it
direction,
would.
but I kind of have confidence in him.
I still think he needs to be bigger. I don't know. I think we need to put him on stilts or something.
Fine, I'll keep Dave Bautista in.
On stilts
heavy
in a
then.
muscle suit.
Oh no, who? I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. John Cena as the heavy.
Yeah,
That's who I was thinking of. Oh shit, I'm getting all the people mixed up.
Yeah, no, John
See, I'm
Cena's
just
a lovely
looking at
man.
the abs, and I'm not really looking at the. Vin
Um,
Diesel could be another.
I kind of want Vin Diesel as the scout, you know?
No.
Just give him a lot of caffeine, have him bounce around.
I don't think you could do that.
Boink. No, I don't think he could.
See, this is when you watch films and you go, why the fuck did they mess with the formula and hire that guy? I feel like we're doing that, and
Yeah.
we've got to stop doing that because we're becoming everything we hate.
That's right. Yeah, I'll stick to Jack Black as Pyro because I think he would kill that. Plus, it means we can have a musical number in Pyro's imagination.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, he'll have like no dialogue. It'll just be Jack Black going the whole way through.
Yeah.
And then for 3 minutes, he's gonna do like a face-melting guitar solo.
Yeah, and just
I can see me loving nobody but you in all my life.
That, but as like a-
Da-da-da-da-da.
Now imagine Jack Black covering that.
It'd be
I am
mental.
here for
wouldn't
that.
Yeah. Right, we've solved Team Fortress 2, everyone.
I'd like it how no one knows it's Jack Black until the credits roll
Yes.
and go, fuck!
Keep it a complete mystery who they've cast, and then you get just like a full-on Jack Black number.
I think that'd be good. That would be a good stylistic choice there.
I'm all in on that. The last one we weren't sure of was the Scout.
Between Tom Holland and Mr. Charlemagne or Tom
I mean, probably.
Shallow.
I mean, Tom Holland would probably be the better choice between
Okay,
the
if
two.
we're doing, if it is,
Like, we only said Timmy Calamite because of the fucking. That's the Hollywood
Right
exact
then.
choice.
if it's live action,
right.
Tom Holland. If it's CGI with voices,
Okay.
Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
obviously. The only Brooklynite we
So-
know.
Right, I'll write in Tom Holland /
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Tom Holland with Danny DeVito's voice.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Don't make us make a film. We're not the casting crew.
Maybe we should be.
No.
Okay. I think that's all we've got time for before we ramble off into incoherentness. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Feel free to write in with your opinions, including your hate mail. But mostly we want requests, ideally. I think we're set for the next couple of weeks, but the more the merrier, to be honest. And yeah, join us next time. We've got one more Team Fortress in the can, and then we're going to go back to an old favourite of ours that we didn't finish.
Yep.
So we hope to see you then. And join us on our main show on Sundays, the Shipping Forecast. Grace, what are we doing next time?
What are we doing next time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
Cool. You've got 10 minutes to figure that out. In the meantime, we'll see you next Sunday. Good night.
Good night.
Alright, good night.